I'll start just went off last year for the Milwaukee Bucks. They obviously made a big acquisition and acquired Damian Lillard via trade before the year. Um, Still dealing with Chris Middleton being hurt off and on, and still to this day right now. That's the funny thing. Still to this day right now. Last year they still pulled off 49 wins. They went 49-33. Didn't really get to see them perform in the playoffs because again, they're both of their star players got hurt. Uh, Even Chris Middleton rolled his ankle. He had a couple of good games in the series, but that's here nor there. In their first regular season game together, both stars on the team played 73 games. Giannis was Giannis. He averaged 30 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and a block. Dame, on the other hand, though, did not have a Dame-like season. 24 points, 7 assists, and I believe his efficiency dropped. He's 42% from the field and 35% from three. I don't think that's usual Dame. He's probably a little higher than that. I do think Dame will be much better hoodie hoop. That's a fact. Uh, for their team, though, overall, when you look at the offseason acquisitions or the moves that they made this offseason, Gary Trent, Torian Prince, drafted AJ Johnson. What else did they do? Jake, Torian Prince, Torian Prince, Gary Trent, DeLon Wright. That's what I was missing. Gary Trent, DeLon Wright, Torian Prince were the three, I guess you want to say, big signings for them this offseason. When I look at the 49-33 mark, and perimeter defense was just terrible. That was one of the biggest issues for them. They added a guy in DeLon Wright who played great defense in his minutes in Miami. They added a guy in Gary Trent, who was known as a 3-and-D guy in the earlier parts or earlier stage of his career, coming out of Duke. I don't know how he's viewed right now, personally. He's been in Toronto. He's been in Portland. He's now in Milwaukee. Uh, I think the hype around him sort of kind of died down a little bit, but I do think he can still be a hell of a player for Milwaukee. Uh, Still have Bobby Portis. He was in the six-man of the year runnings last year. And then also still have Brook Lopez as a starter big man. He's not the same mobility-wise. I think he slowed up a little bit, but he can still be effective a little bit. But I would like personally Milwaukee to get a little more athletic up front, especially at that center position or a guy that can still space the floor. I think Giannis will prefer to play alongside a guy that can space the floor if he's going to be starting at the power forward spot. Unless he was a center, then that'd be totally different. Yeah, the Bucks are a little old. But Torian, Gary, and DeLon can help with the perimeter defense to an extent. So I think that's a big upgrade for them. I also think that Damian Lillard and Giannis will play better this year together in their second full season together. You always will probably assume or will hope that your two star players will come together better in their second year versus the first. So far as the over under mark what they won last year, I got them going over 49 wins. I think this Bucks team will be a 50-win team, 51, 52, somewhere in that ballpark. I have them going over that mark. What's next? Continue to gain chemistry. It's not easy when you're a guy all your career you're averaging in the high 20s. Prior to your first season in Milwaukee, you was in the 30s. I think he averaged 32, 33, something like that in his last season in Portland. And come over to Milwaukee now, you're going through a divorce. You have to do a whole big adjustment. Playing alongside a guy like Giannis, who is a top 5 player in the league, top 3 to most. So I'm pretty sure that was a big adjustment period for Damian Lillard. Chemistry, cohesiveness, and see how your big three fits, together, playing a lot of games together. So that's pretty much really all I got to say about the Bucks. I like Darvin Ham back on the bench for them as well. What else? Doc Rivers. That's another thing to point out. Doc Rivers' first full season as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. They fired AJ Griffin early in the season. Doc Rivers came out and took over. And so yeah, man, they got a lot of. I think whenever you have two guys that are viewed as top 20 players in the league, Dame probably still top 15 the most. You ought to be happy, and they just won a chip. They're not too far from being a championship team. They still have majority of the core players that won the championship still there. Chris Middleton, Giannis, Brook, Bobby, Pat, etc. So as far as the young guys, Andre Jackson, I think he can see the floor a lot. He's a guy that can play defense, struggle shoot from the outside. Marjan, I don't really know how they feel about him at the moment. I'll probably lean playing DeLon right over him personally. Are they a championship or bust team? I do think they're a championship or bust team. Black. I have the Celtics, I have the Bucks, and I have 4 championship or bust teams in the East: Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, and Knicks. I think all those teams made moves over the. There's no point to include the Celtics, but all three of those teams made moves within the last 2 years to solidify themselves as a championship contender in the Eastern Conference. The Sixers, Paul George, etc. Whenever you make a move like that to pair a guy alongside Embiid, another rising star in Maxi, you're solidifying yourself as a championship or bust type of team, and that's how they viewed anyway. That's how Embiid feels. That's how they all feel. And then when you look at the Bucks, you're a championship team 3 years ago. You deal with injuries between that stretch, even last season. You add a guy like Damian Lillard, you're still championship or bust. And then last but not least, the Knicks. They came storming last year. They had a good season 2 years ago as well. They came storming last year. Injuries hit them hard. You add a guy like Cat, you get OG, you get Mikal Bridges. They set themselves up to be a championship or bust team as well. So I have 4 championship or bust teams in the East. Not really counting the Celtics. Again, they're already a championship team. They won a championship. Shout out to them. But I'm still going to include them because they still view like that anyway. And again, like I said, I low-key think the Heat have that mindset as well too, but I don't want to get back into that right now. So as far as the Bucks, man, I got them going over their win total. What's next? Conference finals, minimum. Health, probably can even make the finals. You don't know. I think they would still struggle having to guard the 2 J's in Boston, personally. I don't think they have anybody that can slow those guys up. All depends on how Gary Trent defense is looking. I think Middleton is not really probably viewed as, to me, a two-way guy anymore. Dealt with too much injuries, dealing with too many injuries. I don't know what to even think about Chris Middleton anymore, to be honest. I got to see him healthy, and I got to see him perform alongside Dame and Giannis. But all in all, there's still 3 good guys to have on your team. I like Bobby coming off the bench. I like Prince. I like Wright, and I like Trent. So they made some good moves. Chris has done, in your opinion? Yeah, probably so, bro, honestly. I'm hoping he's healthy, though. They made some good moves. They got some good rotational guys. I like their 8-9-man rotation. Even 10-man, however you want, 9-man rotation. AJ Green is a shooter. Pat Connaughton is a shooter. So he has some guys that can place the floor out as well. Dame is obviously a shooter. Bobby's a guy that can knock the outside shot down. Gary and Brook Lopez, so, and Middleton himself. So overall, I like the roster. I got them going over their win mark. What's next?
Wait, Ev.
What's up, bro?
Yeah. What about their defense? You feel like they need to put more pressure on that end?
Yeah, but I think they did what they could this offseason when it comes to trying to up that side of the basketball. Like I said, I don't know how people feel about Gary Trent right now, but when he first came into the league out of Duke, he was viewed as a 3-and-D guy.
Was he a good defender on Portland?
I don't know. I don't know.
I just want to know, when people say he 3-and-D, where did they see him defend at?
No, I said coming into the league, he was viewed as a 3-and-D prospect. I'm
just asking.
They say he was solid in Portland. Well, Q Simpson was solid.
I think solid is a bit of a stretch.
But he was guarding. They had him guarding Braun in that 2020 first round series,
and that didn't do anything.
I'm just saying, if you were a primary ball handler, primary defender on Braun,
that doesn't mean you're good. That just means that's what they have. Like, Portland has never really had a good 3.
Aminu, you tripping? That nigga was a clamp.
Yeah, but he wasn't there when Gary was there.
But I'm saying, you said Portland has never had.
No, Aminu's okay, but he's not
he was
Aminu
a clamp. Come on, he was a clamp.
Aminu was fine, but he's not
Bro, I'm not gonna say he was a clamp, bro. Don't say that.
Bro, he was stamped in my book. I don't know what y'all was watching.
But you gassing Aminu though. Like, I don't know why you acting like Aminu is some great.
Yeah, I'm not. Al-Farouq Aminu was never viewed as a lockdown defender. Like, he wasn't a lockdown defender. Could he have been viewed as a good defender? Yeah, but he wasn't like you just said.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Portland has never really had to be like, well, he guarded Braun, so he was a good defender. That don't mean nothing. Yeah. That's just who they had. I don't. That's like saying fucking Austin Reeves regarding the guards and the guards, and they'd be the best players.
Come on,
that don't mean so. That's just what we have. I don't.
You lost me. Reeves?
No, you can't get that off. You can't get that off.
What can I get off, BJ?
Bro, Gary Trent is a fucking better defender than freaking Austin Reeves, bro.
That's not the point that I'm making, BJ.
No, bad comp.
What are you talking about, BJ?
I'm just glad we got basketball talks. Like, we can really dive. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm just happy, man.
But Anush, all I was saying personnel-wise, they did the best that they can do, in my opinion, with their minimum moves or even money to make real assets, right, or to acquire real assets in free agency, or whatever the case may be. So whenever you can get Gary Trent, whenever you can get DeLon, right, and if you can get a guy like Torian Prince, these are guys that could help.
Gary's a good pickup though.
DeLon
He just I don't think
that's
he.
why DeLon is too.
Yeah, Gary a good pickup because like he can create for himself. Like he a hooper for real. Like I'm
So
not
I'm
gonna
gonna be
lie, like he a
honest,
hooper.
he's expecting to get paid next off season. So I mean I like it. He's on their cap books, but it reminds me of like he's trying to test out his market. So he's trying to play for a potential bag. So I don't know if it could be good or if it could be bad. You feel me? Like he might be like Dame and Giannis trying to get their shit off, and you got Gary Trent playing. He on a minimum. Like it only can go up. He's trying to get a multi-year MLE. That's the goal for him. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like we got to talk about that. Like I don't see nobody talking about that.
What's your question, Akil? C associate, yeah, that's basically what I was trying to say. I think they did the best that they can do with their minimum deals, or not really having a lot of money to really do anything. To be honest, personally. But what you about to say, Akil? I think I said enough as far as their team. Again, I like it. I like when you can come into the offseason and add a guy like, or guys like Gary, DeLon, and Torian. Torian had a couple of good pit stops throughout his career. He said he pretty much came there because of Darvin Ham. Last was on the Lakers, but prior to the Lakers, he had a couple of good seasons in Minnesota, and now he's in Milwaukee. So I like it. He's not starting the backup wing for them, wing / forward, whatever. And you still have Bobby in the mix, and then AJ Green and Pat Connaughton are guys that can shoot the lights out of a basketball. So we'll see how they look in their minutes as well. And then you still got to look at their young guys, Andre Jackson and Marjan. I don't think the rookie that they drafted in the first round is going to play at all this year. AJ Johnson, I believe. So what's next? See how far Damon Giannis can carry you. Conference finals minimum, but finals expectations. So that's how I view them. That's what Wizard shit. Think about that's what Wizard shit is saying. Conference finals expectations, but what did I just say?
Bro, I see, and I still don't agree with that shit because there's no
You
way
said
you can
finals
make the Western
expectations,
Finals
conference
and
finals
you're okay
minimum.
with
That's what you
being
said, F.
That's
going
what I
there
said.
again.
Yeah. What do you
Like,
say,
why are you
BJ?
okay with going to the Western Conference Finals after you just went there?
All right, we don't gotta get back to yesterday, but the Bucks, in my opinion,
That's literally not good.
Bucks, in my opinion, they have final expectations. But at minimum, they should make the Eastern Conference Finals. That's how I think they view themselves. Would the Bucks wish they have Gary? Would the Bucks wish they have Gary Trent be their main POA, or Marjan or Andre make their jump as their elite POA? I don't think they're better than the Knicks or Boston. I don't think they're better than the Knicks or Boston as well, but I think Gary would be their main POA guy.
You said
Marjan,
Gary's gonna be the main POA guy?
yeah, personally, I think so.
Okay.
Start at least in the starting lineup. I would assume so. Maybe
that man, maybe I don't remember him on the Raptors. I don't know.
I mean, but having said, looking at the starting lineup, Gary will be their main POA guy, though. Which,
Yeah, Gary's an upgrade from Malik Beasley.
That bar is fucking in hell.
maybe they should set a goal to get to the second round. Yeah, but you can't set a goal like that when you were a championship team 3 years ago.
And Giannis is on your squad.
And then you're going to look back at 2022, 2023, and 2024 and say, oh, we went through injuries every single time. So when you have a guy like Giannis, you got a guy like Dame, you got to have final expectations at minimum Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I think. Their core was to continue to regress due to their advantage.
Especially if after you traded.
I ain't gonna lie, but one thing I can't say about
after you traded what's his face?
Who, Drew?
Yeah.
Giannis at center, bro. Giannis at center
and you fought to keep Brooke.
What? Oh, Brooke. You said Brooke. I thought you said something about Brooke. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they fought to keep Brooke. Like they did all those things because they thought.
I wouldn't say fight. I mean, Houston did offer him a 3-year deal with like 20 something. Like the off season before that, it's like he had a career year from like I'm not gonna say he wasn't deserving, but they definitely.
I don't know what fight have to do with if he's deserving or not.
Like you can't lose him for nothing. That's your starting big though.
Yeah, but you ended up paying him. How much are they paying him?
I think it's a 3-year deal. I think this is the second what is this? This is second year. We're about to be in the second year of the 3-year deal.
I'm
I
about to
think they
put it
paid
up.
him 3-year, 20 something annually.
Brook Lopez is actually he's an unrestricted free agent after the season. So
Yeah. Also, this is actually the
How much?
third
How much did
year.
they pay him?
23.
And this is the thing. This is the thing.
Yeah,
Like
and he gone after this
this is the
year.
thing though. This
Yeah,
is the thing though. Also, when you guys say things like that, like he hooped, so this you when you give somebody a contract, you're not paying for what they did. You're paying for production that they will be providing in the future. So what people do is they look at what they did and be like, do I think they will be able to continue said things? Yes or no. When you look at his age, the likelihood of him continuing what he did that year before is low. So I don't think he would be worth what he would be for that year. So how much are you paying him right now?
yeah. You talking about, wait, that's a question.
Yeah, I'm asking how much are they paying right now? Because I know they had
Oh
to
yeah, they paying.
up how much they wanted to pay him because of Houston.
Yeah, I think Houston it was around like 1920. So right here with them right now, this year he's making 23 million.
23. Okay.
This year
Because I
he's
think
making
they paid
23.
more than what they expected to pay because they wanted to keep him away from Houston. Which goes to my point of fighting to keep him.
Yeah, and last
So you
year
did
he was
all
making
of that,
25.
and I'm sure you didn't do all of that to just be like second round.
Yeah, so they gave him a 2-year, $48 million contract for average annual, obviously at 24. And I think Houston was around like 1920 or something like that, whatever it was. But I mean, shout out to him. I mean, to be making 23 million at age 36, and you're
Exactly.
not really a positive in many more areas. Where you see guys like Wendell Carter, who's still in his 20s, getting 19 million from the Magic on the extension. Uh, Shout out, man. That's really all I gotta say. Shout out to Brook Lopez. The Bucks, they panicked at that time. I understand why they did what they did when it comes to that contract. But like I said in the beginning, they gotta get more athletic and younger, and that guy has to typically be some sort of kind of spacer if Giannis is going to continue to play the four, which he still should play the four to me. So that's my thoughts on the yeah, that's he got paid because that's what I just said basically. Kiana. 1110, welcome. I'm gonna pass it to Wes. If you are active, brother, what's next for the Milwaukee Bucks? Wes.
What's next? I don't really have anything to say for them, man. I do think Dame will have a bounce back year. I'm excited for that. I think Giannis will have a chip on the shoulder and have something to prove. But I still think they have a lot of issues on the team. And I think they're gonna have to have some things break their way to really be what they want to be.
All right, real quick. You have a over under mark for them for the win total last year, 49.
Uh, 49-50.
Okay. 1110, welcome, man. We was locked into the Heat chat the other day. I feel like we watching that game as a family. No funny. I feel like we watching that game as a family. I watched the whole entire Miami Heat preseason game, bro, and I really did that because I like our roster. I wanted Jaime and Hero to be playing, obviously, but
Yeah, we was fake locked in. We was locked in.
what's your thoughts
It
on
was
the
a good
Bucks though?
watch.
It was a good watch.
The
I enjoyed it.
Bucks.
It was a good watch.
It man, listen, the Hornets, bruh. I said they might be a playing team this year. They look good. LaMelo looked real good. So
He did.
Nah,
He
1110.
did.
Don't cook like that. Don't cook 1110. But
no,
since
no,
you
I'm
saying it,
just.
they might
Here
listen
you
to
go.
you.
My fault, man.
That they might listen to
Nah,
you. They don't
nah.
listen to
Nah,
me.
Jay will not
He
on that
not gonna
wave. He
play
don't
the
think
whole
so.
season, so nobody cares.
I'm betting on him playing this year. That's my
Fuck
bet.
you,
That's my
1110.
bet. That's
I
my
would I
hope.
would like I would like to put money on that.
Nah,
Okay,
Charles
how many
Lee. Charles
games?
Lee.
Okay,
So
how
far,
many
he got
games?
them boys defending. So
How many games?
that's a nice thing.
How many games LaMelo plays?
You
Yeah.
could tell he set the tone for sure. I'm gonna say that he set the tone. He was locked in from a coaching standpoint. He was locked in. Like he was more locked in as Poe, if you ask me. And while you're here, real quick, man,
You talking about
Lamelo.
Charles Lee?
Yeah,
Was locked in more than Spo?
I think he's more locked in as Poe that preseason game for sure. But it might look like that
Wait.
for me because of
I
the
thought it was equal to me.
equal. Okay.
Yeah, Trey Man too. Trey Man, he got the Iverson vibe going on with the long
He's
shorts and
tough.
stuff.
Yes, sir.
Trey Man is tough. He need opportunity, and I'm glad he's getting opportunity in
50.
Charlotte.
BJ
The
50.
rookie, Tijon, he got a nice shot.
50. Okay,
I
yes,
brought
His
him up.
form
Emerson.
nice, bro.
No,
I
let's do
brought him up.
65. 65.
I'm sorry, I'm getting
Huh?
distracted. I'm supposed to be on the Bucks, man.
Hey,
65.
hold on, bro. How you go from
Okay.
50 to 65? What the hell,
But because I'm doing it based upon the line to make all NBA.
bro? What? But he probably won't make All NBA though.
No, I'm just saying so he won't play enough games to make all NBA.
He probably won't make All NBA.
I'm
He
asking
can.
you if he
To
will
me,
play
he
enough
can.
games though.
65 might be a push.
How much do you think
Maybe.
he gonna play?
Look, I mean, all stars don't get 65. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you need six to don't you no, you all-star you need to play a good chunk though.
I
Okay,
take
sorry, go
50.
ahead. Sorry.
I
Because
take 55.
he not serious. Go ahead, Ellington.
You said 55 and then said 65. What the,
Because if that's the
Lamelo
line
gonna
to
play
make
this
a
year.
team, I can't even
you know
expect
what?
him to play the 65.
You know what, Emerson? You know what? I gotta stand on this. Yeah. Okay, lock. Yes. Because I told Ed they
And
gonna be way better.
How
They're gonna
much
be
for
way
the
better than what they were
65?
last year.
How much for the
Yeah.
65?
65. That's nice. Damn, damn. I don't know. Get back to me. We can definitely bet on that though. How much? I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead, Ellington.
I got to sidetrack. My fault. But yeah, it was a good watch, Ev. But in terms of the Bucks season, uh, I think they played one preseason game so far. I saw Dame play in that first like 8 minutes of that game. Dame looked good. So I kind of expect Dame to have a better year this year, have more time to work out, get his body right and stuff for the season. So I think he should be able to bounce back. But man, they're still old. The team is still old. So and Middleton, surgery on both of his ankles. That's a concern there. Like the health and stuff. I think they'll still be, really good regular season team though. Defensively, I'm thinking, Gary Trent Jr. to help with that, but I don't really know. I don't really know what the. Well, I did do what I did. Jay will ask me, what was my top five. I had the Bucks at second seed this year, so I think they'll be a good regular season team. But I got to see if the defense and the offense can kind of work together, and obviously Dame and Giannis, have they figured out that connection? So, but I think they should be good. And in terms of, I have this theory going on because Miles Turner with the Pacers, they can't extend him right now. So I think Brook is on his last year, right?
Most likely.
He's expiring. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
So I don't know. I'm just thinking like, hey, since the Pacers have to let Miles Turner go into free agency because they can't physically extend him, maybe the Bucks try to go after Miles Turner as Brook's replacement next year. So I think Middleton's expiring too. So it should be interesting depending on how this season goes. That's my thoughts.
How you feel about they were supposed to send him to Washington for Bill. What was that? What, last year?
Oh, you about the Middleton thing?
Yeah,
Bill
yeah.
and Middleton thing? Oh, I
Yeah, the Bill
mean,
community there.
all Bill did is make it explicit, I think, because I think that was speculated last year. So I mean, Bill was saying a lot in that little interview thing though, so that was interesting. But Giannis loves Chris, so I don't know.
Chris probably opting in though.
But I mean,
He can opt out.
That's his guy.
Yeah, I
He
think
won
he
a
has a
ring with him
player
and all that.
option.
But is he really like to win another one? I ain't gonna lie, Chris Middleton. You know what I mean? He ain't about to be that nigga unless he pop out.
But is Brook a player option too, or is he not?
No. I
Okay,
think
so
he's unrestricted.
I said monitor that. I'm monitor that. See what happens there.
I'm sorry, I had to step away. 11-10. What
Oh,
was
you didn't
some of
even
the
hear
main
anything
things
I
you said?
said. That's crazy.
So
What was
Oh,
some?
brother.
so Brooke this year his is the last season, and then he's unrestricted, and then same for Miles Turner, and then Chris Middleton got a player option next season.
Yeah, so Ev, bro, you disappoint me. I don't know if I want to repeat.
I'm sorry, Milo.
I said Dame in shape. You know,
Mm.
I have them potentially being second seed in the East this year. Potentially.
Okay.
They're kind of old. Uh, and I said Brooke a free agent after this season, and I said Miles Turner is going to be a free agent also. So I said, hey, maybe they might go after Miles Turner to replace Brooke next year. So that's pretty much what I said. Oh, and Dame and Giannis connection.
How do you think they
figure that
get
out.
Miles Turner?
I don't know. Maybe they dump Middleton somewhere. I don't know.
What I was about to say. What did you say for the over/under mark last year? 49 wins last year. You got them going over under that.
I don't remember.
I would assume over if you think they're going to be a second seed.
Mm,
You only going to have 151 team this year in the East.
I don't even think about over unders, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I guess that would have to be the case. If they're second seed, they have to go over.
This year, I don't even got FanDuel on my phone no more. BJ, you got the over/under for the Bucks.
What were they last year? Third? They were third seed last year, right?
Yeah, I'm out of luck.
By how much? One game? Half a game?
They won 49 games last year with third seed.
Okay, so they were a game behind second at 50.
I think we definitely having 3 or 4 50 wins.
All right, let's see here.
3 or 4?
Philly, New York, Boston is set for me, and then I think
Philly, New York, Boston.
Yeah,
the Milwaukee
New York got to
Bucks
show
are
me.
set,
I'm a
and
hater.
New York got to
50. They like them. They like them 50.
They like the
50 wins?
50
Yeah, that's
points.
fair. That's fair.
Oh, Tween here. I got to go.
50
Yeah,
points.
Yo, 11-10, talk to me.
Bucks for 50.
No, sir.
Tween. I just picked up
It's all up.
some nice Kit Kats from the store, man. You don't know
Goodies,
about
goodies. Cam up. That's what you be saying, BJ. That's your lingo. Cam up.
brother. No.
Let me see them Kit Kats. Pause.
Do you think there's
You
a
heard me
second
though, Ed?
seed 11-10?
Yeah, it's my hot take, I guess.
50 wins a good mark for the Bucks, though. They a good regular season
How they
team.
fell from grace, boy. That's crazy.
Yeah, they should be. Giannis.
Hello, Byron.
If healthy Giannis out
Hello,
there,
brother.
bro, Giannis
Brother.
won 55 Stoli. Like, that's him.
I'm a brother now? Damn.
Thanks, Akil.
That's
Thanks,
crazy.
Oh, my fault. I thought that was.
I was like, is this what you call me, brother?
Bro, I thought that was BJ, man. My fault.
Oh, brother.
Hello, my good sis. How are you?
Terrible now. Thank you so much.
He's so fake dramatic.
I ain't gonna lie, Ev. They probably could get that.
Bro, what the hell Gav got going on?
I'm
It's
not
like
gonna
they
lie.
got
I
some
like
bad
that
news or
over.
something.
I like that over. Giannis, bro, that's 50 easy.
51. I don't know.
11-10. I appreciate it, Byron. You got anything as far as what's next for the Bucks? Hold on, Byron.
Bet.
As far as what's next for the Bucks, finished more so like how their season went last year. Something you're looking forward to this season, and then also do you have them going over or under the 49 win mark from last year? And then what do you think is the realistic expectation for them?
As far as realistic expectation, I mean, if they fully healthy, it should be championship. There's no way around that for me. I mean, you got Giannis ranked where you rank. You brought Damon here, Chris Middleton if he's relatively healthy, which for him is like, I guess, between 50 to 60 games, something like that. Yeah, the expectation should be championship. And that's what I'd be expecting from them. I am with 11-10. They do need they need some athletic juice for sure. I'm guessing they like hoping Garrett Trent can do that for them a little bit. Torian Prince, not so much for the most part. He kind of just coming in and feeling. I think that probably let Malik Beasley roll a little bit. Well, crazy. They was actually asking Malik Beasley to be Gary Trent and be POA, which is insane. Um, but yeah, so Torian Prince actually had an interesting. I don't know if people themselves saw that or not, but he had an interesting little request when he first got to the team, and that was asking. He asked for film on Giannis and Dame's assists in regards to 3-point shooters. So he kind of wanted to, yeah, And Giannis said he liked that. So he kind of he want to see what like Giannis and Dame like to get in the paint, whatever like that, and dish out to open shooters. He want to be in those spots for them. So that was interesting. So like I said, for me it's just about health, man. If they stay healthy, it's championship, and like I said, this is an old team. This is an old team, so they do need one of Andre. I think what's his name, Andre Jackson. Yeah, him or the both. Yeah, Marjan. They need one of them to pop. I think that's the X factor for them this season, in my opinion. Outside of the obvious.
Yeah, I think it's more so going to be Andre, only because whatever they wanted from Marjan from a defensive standpoint, you can get that from the line with no question marks.
Right.
We put a question mark on that. We're not as good at the line as a defender. So I think it's more so about Andre, especially from a wing perspective, to pop more defensively, which he can. More so his thing with him is his outside shot. How good can he be offensively when he's on the court? Question from Connor though in the chat though. What do you think they'll land for defensive rating this year?
Defensive rating? What were they last year?
Not top 15. I kind of that. I tried to put it up.
They were 27th.
Goodness gracious.
Nah, Akil said 19th last year. Who's right? Akil or Everson?
Wait, let me double check. Hold on. Let me make sure my stats is right. This is. Oh, my bad. My bad. This was.
Your bad. Because he was a little too excited to blurt out that wrong information.
They were 19. They were 19.
Appreciate you, Akil. I appreciate you, brother.
Haven't said drop that in the chat real quick.
I think the GOAT.
Drop that real quick.
No.
I think Keanu. I think they can get to average this year. I like Gary Trent and Torian Prince. I mean, like I say, Torian Prince, he got a bad rap. I think TP is a good defender. He's a good team defender. Like we done said 1,000 times, Darvin Ham just had him playing out of position in regards to guarding the team best player. But I think if this team fully healthy, he can provide defensive juice. Like he a good team defender, and I think Gary Trent, can do the same. He ain't no world beater defender, all NBA defender, nothing like that either. But I think both of them can be good team defenders. So I think they can get up to middle of the pack, like 15, 14 in terms of defensive rating. And if you got that in a top 10 offense, then close to the top 5. That should be that goal in my opinion.
Okay.
But
you think they're gonna be top 15?
Yeah, I think they can get the top 15 this year defensively. Right. I mean, like we were talking about yesterday, bottom of the 15.
Top 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think they'll be like between 15, 20. If they do hit up there, then maybe they're 14th. Like they just got there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Dame and Giannis got to figure it out. All this is cute, but Dame and Giannis got to get some type of synergy together. You want
to still loading?
Nah,
my bad.
Nah, like so if that's a doc and coaching staff thing, but they gotta implement some type of scheme to get Dame and Giannis going, because they can't have that. Oh, when Dame off the court, I mean, if Giannis not playing, that's when Dame go off and all of that stuff like it was last year. Like, nah, they got to bring that together this year.
If we being honest about that, Byron, we know the reason for that though.
What's the reason, my brother?
Dame is a on-ball, heavy pick-and-roll, ball-dominant guard who needs. You feel me? Giannis is not Giannis really is not a good screener. He slips a lot of ball screens, meaning he's trying to roll. And Dame likes to have physical bigs that set contact screens so he can get an advantage, and he's playing downhill. You feel me?
Yeah, that's why him and Brooke had success last year.
Exactly. Bingo. So he needs some type. He like Giannis has to play like a traditional big. Like he just can't keep slipping these ball screens, because Dame is not going to get in rhythm if he don't, you feel me? If he don't get that high PNR, teams are trailing down because his first step he could split the double. You feel me?
Yeah,
All of that.
yeah. I mean, and like nigga don't care news. Rondo being there could probably help that. Like, I mean, Rondo understands, how important it is. Him as a former ball handler, he understand that. I'm pretty sure, like how important it is to set solid screens on ball. So that could be something. That could be a little nugget he put in practices and help hopefully Giannis get around to that because that is on Giannis. Giannis there's no way you should not be setting solid screens.
Exactly.
So,
but it is Giannis' team, so he might not make the
Why are
adjustment
you laughing like
to
this?
I'm you feel me? Giannis already said he's
They
not
had to do
going.
Wizard in a 20 versus 1 yesterday.
You said what? Ed?
They talk about it here. I ain't gonna lie, he was fighting for it, right? Yeah, y'all be a little too extra, bro. No funny. Like I wasn't a fan of what y'all were doing yesterday, bro. Like it's like y'all seen a newbie. It's like and y'all was like, oh yeah, get him. Like too many of y'all.
Oh, y'all talking about that Wizard dude?
Yeah, I ain't like that, bro. No funny, bro.
They
I wasn't
did
a fan
jump
of
that
that.
nigga, no cap.
They was really trying to jump the shit out of him yesterday, bro.
Yeah, I thought about that little playground meme when niggas was putting punches on our boy.
We were trying to defend him, man.
Man, I got jumped when I first came in here, and I stood up like a real nigga. I ain't trying to hear that shit,
Bro, Jordan
fucking
Woods.
way,
Jordan
bro.
Woods.
Jordan did
Hey,
get
no
jumped.
funny.
I forgot
Jordan
about
Woods,
that.
I'm not gonna lie,
No way you got Jordan up here.
But Jordan, before you come up here and start,
sister.
before you come up here and start this shit, Jordan Woods, do me a favor.
Oh,
Check
here
the
you go.
goddamn fantasy app,
bro.
They say Jordan ducking trades. That's crazy.
Before
I'm not ducking trades, but I'm a busy man.
Topic, just to stay on, because I do have to put this together. Anybody else for the Milwaukee Bucks? And if you know a Knicks fan, man, reach out to
Coming out the East, babe. Coming out the East.
Are we talking Knicks next?
Yeah, Knicks.
Oh, I'm about to slander.
Oh, you
BJ, check the odds on that, BJ. I might put some duckies on that.
JK.
I gave up gambling. I might get back in gambling.
Man, beat
Byron. You said what?
Check the odds on that.
Oh my! I ain't gonna lie, Byron. They like
yes, sir. That's not you. That's not you, sir.
They like Boston. They like Boston, New York.
Stay away, sir.
Philly over there.
Hold on. They like Boston, New York, and who?
Philly.
Damn. So they got the
New York. At 53.5.
I ain't gonna lie.
They banking on one of them. They banking
Byron,
on
I got you on the conference.
I think they added more wins for the Knicks.
What you say, Jay?
I think they added 2 more.
Conference finals?
Yeah,
they banking on one of them Dame or Giannis to be hurt.
Bucks
there's
Celtics.
no way.